water, but then just past the marshes we see some still water. So I'm thinking the way that still water is looks like there might be some kind of lead into it. So I'm wondering if there's a little stream, a little creek that that leads right into it. So let's check it out. So I'm on what looks like another little deer trail coming through the woods, and looking at some of these trees. Some of these look great for atlatl darts, for spear, for fishing spear. This is musclewood right here. This is it's all gnarly, super hardwood, super dense. It's if you can find like a good straight pole of musclewood, then you're in luck for really hard spear. Got this, looks like a type of birch. That could make a good spear. Yeah, so right here, my guess was right. There is a little bit of a pond, but this is still water. Even boiling, unless I have to, still water is just, it makes me nervous. It makes my gut nervous. So I'm gonna go out here and find something a little bit better. And tricky thing is, if you're walking out onto a marsh, you want to keep your feet dry. Now the marsh, these grasses, so I'm gonna point you down at the ground. Take a look at that. You see how there's still so much ice? Look at this. This is good solid ice still, when you don't see too much snow on the ground. And the reason for that is that these grasses are so insulating. So when I go and I build my debris hut, this is what I'm going to use to put in for insulation. Sweet. Alright, so if I slip a little bit, it's because this ice is slippery. But let's come over here. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, so got some water here. Again, this is standing water, but there's a lot more of it. So I do want something that's moving a little more though. So some people say, oh, why don't you just melt the snow, melt the ice? Yeah, you could do that. But unless you have a metal pot, melting snow and melting ice is harder than it seems. Alright, so without taking my shoes off, this might be some of the best that I'm gonna get. Starting to get so that my footing is this is a little tricky now, because right now look down and this is just water. So there's all sorts of little green things in the water. I'm not sure what they are. I can't identify them off the top of my head. I don't know if they're poisonous or not. Most likely not. It's most likely some type of aquatic plant, but not exactly ideal to be ingesting plant matter that I don't know what it is. So protozoa, bacteria, you can boil that right out. But a type of poisonous plant, good luck. Not gonna boil that out. So I'm just coming down right here and just using my basket, get some water out of the way, and there we go. Filled that up. And the hard part, walking back with a basket full of water. On ice. But let's see what we can do, yeah? Let's see how much of this water actually makes it back. Alright, I've got to do something different. Here we go. Really trying to keep my feet dry. Don't want to deal with cold, wet feet. Oh, there I go. Just went under. Let's hope that the water didn't penetrate through the leather. Oh, check this out. So here we've got some beaver chews. Those aren't exactly fresh, but I'm looking up here and I see a fresh beaver chew. And beavers, check this out right here. So beavers, they can get up to 60 pounds, which that would be a few good days worth. Yes, more fresh. Look at how fresh this one is. Still get the sap coming right out of right here. I don't know if you can see it, but sap's coming out. So that means that beavers are active in this area. And beaver is good eating. Want to make sure that the flesh doesn't have any worms. Beavers tend to carry different types of worms, so you want to get that really well cooked. But their meat is pretty delicious, and a lot of people don't even think about eating beaver tail, but beaver tail is like, it's pure fat. You roast it for a few hours, and then you've got a really good meal. So I made it back with my water. My hand's a little colder than I was hoping, but I'm gonna just warm it up by the fire a little bit, and gonna start digging around for these stones. So let's see what I can find in here. See one, but this one is not here we go. Oh yeah. So just drop it right in. So you can see it's starting to steam the water a little bit. Here's another one. So the rocks haven't been in here for that long. so they're not terribly hot. You want the rocks in here for a good sorry, smoke in the eyes. You want the rocks in here for a good couple hours, hour and a half maybe. So but if I can, you can see starting to get a little bit of a boil, not quite a rolling boil yet. The rolling boil is what we want ultimately. Smoke in the eyes.